everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phyllis, and here on my channel I share DIYs, home decor, Goodwill, thrift hauls, and more. And if this is your first time stopping by, thank you, and please consider subscribing. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, and I would love to read your comments. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. In today's video, I will be sharing with how I will be taking these cardboard boxes and creating a piece of furniture for my little niece. But first, a fun fact. Did you mothers know that this box that holds the Huggies pull-ups on the reverse side is a play mat where they can color and games for the little ones after the box is empty? And since I saw that, I decided not to use it. I gave it back to my little niece so she can use it to color on. Okay, back to what the video is about. Again, these boxes are boxes that Christmas gifts came in, and you can see the majority of them are Amazon. I'm going to be creating a piece of furniture for my little niece. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the biggest box, which is this box, and it's very thick and corrugated. It's going to be the form for the piece of furniture that I am creating. Again, I'm giving this back to my niece. I won't be using that, but I made sure I kept all the strong boxes. This blue box is going to be a part of that. This brown paper I'm using to cover the back of the piece of furniture that I'm creating. And the majority of them I am using to be the biggest part of this furniture. And some of them are going to be cut up to be support pieces for what I'm doing. But first, I searched Pinterest just for inspiration, and I loved what I saw. Cardboard furnitures. This looks like to be a filing cabinet, and this looks to be like it's two nightstands. If you notice, the cardboard is just not regular thin cardboard. It's corrugated cardboard, very, very thick. And then this cute little armoire for a little girl, didn't have a doors on it. And then the little boy's armoire coming up had doors. I created an armoire for my little niece. I was going to originally put doors with hinges, but decided not to and just took them off. And this is what I end up making for my niece. So if you'd like to see how I put this together, then just keep watching. Now let's get started. Here you will see a trifold board, which you can purchase from the Dollar Tree or Walmart, I believe. She's already had this. She was playing and coloring on it, so I used it instead of throwing it away to cover the inside back part of the box that I'm creating to turn into an armoire for her. I laid the box on top of it and traced it out so that I can get an exact fit to go in the back. And here it is. I used my glue gun to glue it to the back, and then the back part of it, I just pushed the openings together and used the glue gun to go straight down on the inside of it to seal it before I put the trifold board inside. Now these two pieces here came in this box with styrofoam. This was perfect because the hole is the perfect size for this tube. I ended up using two tubes to make two rows to hang her clothes, and I used a glue gun and fix-all glue that you can purchase from the Dollar Tree to make it permanent. And here I took the opening pieces and put tape on the ends, the four ends, and then I used a glue gun and fix-all glue to permanently keep those sealed together. And this is one box that I did, and here's the other one that I have to do. And then coming up, you'll see where I mounted it or glued both of them to each side of the inside of the box, and then I put the tube. And again, this tube is from contact paper that I purchased because the tubes are very, very hard. There's nothing like tissue tube, and there's nothing like the paper towel tubes. These tubes are very solid and hard, just like the corrugated boxes, and it's perfect for her to hang her clothes. Now again, as I stated earlier, I was going to use these flaps to make a door, but I decided not to, so I just took them off. You will see me putting it up against it. At the time I thought I was going to use it for hinges and all, but I didn't. I just hung the hangers in there to make sure the tubes came out far enough. Now this is what I'm doing here. I am making the support of the outside of the box all the way around very sturdy and firm. So I just took these boxes, put the Mod Podge on the bottom because it's like glue, and I have the armoire turned upside down, and I glued those boxes in. And then coming up, you will see where I cut sections to put in between. I'm putting these bottles because of the weight, just to hold the boxes down until they dry, until it seals. These are strips that I cut that I'm going to just form to make the top of the armoire solid. And how I'm going to attach that, I'm just pointing out that I'm going to put in those 3 sections between the boxes and on the end. I'm using my glue gun, and I will just put glue on the edge of the strips and then place them as I just showed you here. I got this idea from Yaduv of Yaduv Essentials, and then other YouTubers that I saw creating furniture from cardboard boxes. Now this is up straight now. This is the bottom of the armoire. I did the same thing, those strips you saw, and this I'm just covering it with a bottom piece. I took a piece and just scored it to just bend it, and I'll be gluing it all the way around and on the bottom to seal it, and that makes the bottom of the armoire sturdy. And again, I just pointed out I'm going to be using the glue gun and at Fix All to go around, and I just pointed, I did the same thing to the top as I'm doing to the bottom, and then I pointed out I'm going to do the same thing to the sides. So I'm going to reinforce the box all the way around, and here I'm just showing where it's completed. And again, I hung the hangers in there just to make sure that the clothes can fit. Now, what I did not do, I didn't do any kind of measuring when I was putting this together, because it's just something that I wanted to do. Her clothes will not be fitting in here perfectly as far as the length. So what she's going to do, and I just showed you there the tubes of what I'm using to make the post for the clothes. She's going to end up using this for her dolls and her doll clothes. Now what you see me doing here is I'm creating the feet for the bottom of the armoire, and I created, I think that is called a trapezoid. Yes, I think that shape is called a trapezoid. If it's not, you can correct me, I will look it up, but I think that's called the trapezoid. And I just make a piece to go around it. Again, I'm not using any kind of measuring tape. I'm just using each piece to measure to cut all of my pieces out. I've already glued the sides of the 2 legs together, and now I'm putting the top on it. This is the part that's going to go under the armoire, and I'm using the glue gun and Fix All glue to put all of this together. So I've completed the other 3 feet, and this is the last feet that I'm using to put on the bottom of the armoire. And coming up here in just a few seconds, you will see that I've completed that. And here it is, all done. The paper is on the back, and the feet are on the bottom of the armoire, or wardrobe. Some people call it wardrobe. Now here, I've put this blue box in there because that's going to be the drawer. I cut the top off of it, and that's it. And then I covered it down at the bottom. I'm going to put a piece in the middle, and I'm going to create 2 small drawers. What I'm showing you now is that I'm going to use the contact paper to cover the inside on both of these sides. And then you see here, I've already reinforced the sides as well. I'm going to be covering all of that with the gray contact paper. This contact paper is just leftover paper when I was doing my sister's basement. Now here it is, I would say this is like 85% completed, and I just tested out by hanging her clothes, and that's when I found out it was just too short. And here it is, almost done. And I initially covered this with white contact paper, and you can see the creases and everything with the white contact paper because it was thin. So I purchased some pink contact paper, and I love the thickness of it. So I covered the entire box on the outside, and that's including the back, with this pink contact paper and the drawers. So I just love the way it came together with the different colors. And the black strips is just washi tape. And then the marble contact paper, that's just leftover contact paper. So basically I'm using leftover stuff that I used when I did my sister's, which is my niece's grandmother, when I did her basement. So here I'm just showing you where I covered it, and I love this paper. This paper is actually the same textured paper that I used on my sister's basement wall, except hers was black. And I did, again, cover the back. You'll see that towards the end of the video. And the knobs that I'm using are pink crystal knobs that I purchased from Amazon. I created a crown, and I used the knobs as the jewels on the crown. And I'll be covering the feet and covering the tubes hanging. You'll see I did the second tube pole back there just to give her 2 rows. And here's the drawer that I'm pulling out. I did not cover the inside of the drawers because this is just something I just did. So it's not perfect by no means, but it was fun to create. So if I were to ever do this again, I know what to do to make the project better. But her mom loved it. And of course, her daughter loved it. And here she is getting ready to show you how she hang up her clothes. Good job. Oh, she learned how to do it. Good job. Look how.
It's on the top more.
Oh my goodness, you did it! Yes, you did it! Cheese! Thank you. Now, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing so that you'll be notified of all future videos that I upload. And to get the notifications, don't forget to click that bell. I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching JRC Restoration, Decor, and Designs. And remember, the distance between your dreams and reality is called action. So until next time, make it a blessed and productive day, everyone. Bye-bye.